Hey guys, Joel and Christy here, and what are we doing today?
We're gonna do a pantry, refrigerator, and the side-by-side freezer clean out. After I got back from our little minis, then I was sick and blah, 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 excuse. The bottom line is that the pantry and the refrigerator and that little freezer there wasn't getting cleaned out. It was just, we were stuffing more and more stuff in front of it and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't like the way it was looking and I felt disorganized. So I'm gonna show you what it looked like before I started cleaning it. And then I'm gonna show you what it looks like after I finished. And so I hope you come along and join me.
All right, let's get to it.
Okay, so here's the pantry. If you caught one of my recent grocery haul videos, well, actually, I don't know if you've seen that yet, but anyway, we were going to make pizzas one night and we opened up our flour and there were bugs in our flour, which I usually keep a bay leaf in it, but I don't know who opened that bag, but they didn't put a bay leaf in it. And so we had bugs in it. So, I threw that out obviously. But I'm going to go through everything, make sure we don't have any bugs in anything else. I'm also going to just take everything out because I don't like, at the moment, it's too disorganized for me. I feel a little like it's chaotic. Nothing has a real home. It's like everything's just getting shoved in there. So, yeah, I got to do some reorganizing. I'm also going to wipe off every shelf while I'm doing this, go through everything, make sure there's no bugs in anything, everything's good on the dates. I don't think that anything is past date. Not that I'm that worried about it because these are shelf stable things, but yeah, just gotta check everything, make sure everything's okay and that I don't open something in a few days and there's a bug in it. Again, and I also just feel like everything's a little chaotic. Like all my cans and stuff, I'm having to move things around, trying to find things. Not happy with the way it's set up at the moment. So, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do like I don't have a way, I have a ring light, but the ring light is broken. So I don't have a way to like hold the phone up, my camera up and record this while I'm doing it. So I'll just show you what it's going to look like after, you know, and maybe even the empty shelves. But you won't see like a time lapse of me cleaning it or anything like that. Also, I'm going to show you my refrigerator, which is a hot mess right now. All right, so here it is. There's all kinds of stuff in my refrigerator. Now, like I said, I was sick for 2 weeks. That did mean that we just haven't emptied out any food dishes. Things didn't get eaten because I just didn't feel like eating. And so some of that stuff is old and it just needs to be tossed. I hate to throw away food, but there's nothing you can do if you're just sick and don't feel like eating. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna clean out all the shelves, clean out all that, and you know, toss anything that's yucky. And then I'm gonna reorganize my shelves here in the freezer because this is chaotic too. I don't like the way everything's kind of thrown in there. See, like these are, I think that the last couple of times that the garbage trucks came through, Joel forgot to get the garbage out of the freezer. We do keep any food scraps in the freezer until the garbage day so that we don't get flies, because it's really easy to get flies. In fact, that right there, that's a fly trap, because it's summer and you can't open the door without one flying in. But it's even worse if you have food scraps in your garbage can. So it looks like he forgot to empty them out. I think it's been a couple of weeks since he remembered. But behind that is my fruit from my smoothies. And so I want to reorganize this stuff so that I can find things. I did make some chicken broth. That's not chicken broth, that's tomato sauce. Yeah, here. I made some of that. but I need to make another batch, and I've got the chicken bones there. So, and actually, since I saw my son and daughter-in-law pouring some of the chicken broth that they make in muffin pans and then freezing them like that, and then you can just thaw them out in a pot, instead of having to thaw them out in a jar like that, because you can't, obviously, you have to wait until it's completely thawed before using. But if you do it like in the muffin pans, you can just throw it in a pot on the stove, and it'll, you know, and then use the heat to bring it back and thaw it out. Since I saw that, I've started doing that so I can hold more. So that means I won't have like the stockpile of bones. So I'm gonna start making a whole bunch and having them in the freezer in bags. So that's cool. But anyway, yeah, I've got a little work to do. Stick around. I'll be back in just a second and show you everything kind of cleaned out. All right, we are finished. Yay! How does it look? All right. Up here is where I put all of our hurricane stockpile. Obviously, you don't need that day to day, only need that if we have a hurricane come through. So why have that all mixed up with our stuff, which we did. I was bringing it in from shopping, and, you know, just put it right there on the shelves because I didn't feel like doing the work since I had been sick. So now it's all in that basket. This is my baking box. No. Sorry, that is not my baking box. That is my backup stash. All my spices and stuff, some coconut flakes, things like that I haven't opened yet and haven't finished the previous that I had. So I went ahead and put that in that box just so that if I need something, I can pull it down, but I don't have it like all strode across the top anymore. And then that's my baking box, which you've seen me point that out before. There's rice, brown rice, pastas. I did some combining of some of the pastas. Like I got, I think that's rigatoni and penne, just a little bit that I had left in those boxes. I put them there, and we'll just have a mixed blend of pastas. And then I put all the spaghetti noodles in that long one. I had one box in there, but not the other one, so I just added them together. Stacked these up. That's all those protein powders and things, the grits, Italian seasoning, things like that, so I can see everything. And I am a visual person when it comes to things like this, so I really just needed to be able to see what I had. And you know, if I can see it, then when I make my meal plans, when I make my grocery list, it's really easy for me to see what I have. I don't have to go searching for stuff. So that's why I want it all to be as visual as possible, easy to see. That's Joel's backup of pickles. That all my teas are in this one box now. That's Joel's stuff right there. And we have garlic bulbs, his hot cocoa mix. We have a little popcorn mix back there. A little bit of quinoa. I have a backup of quinoa right there, but that's a little bit that's left. Some granola for when I have yogurt bowls. Flaxseed. That's ground flaxseed. And I actually have some more ground flax seeds right there. I just couldn't fit it all in that one container, so I have two. That's a little coconut that I have left over, and that is some pecans. Look at me, I actually labeled them correctly. Anyway, these are different things that I use in my salads and stuff like that, and so I can see them all. That's some stevia back there. So I can see everything that I have right there. one little box and a few things to the side, but I can see it really well. I've got all my seasonings, vinegars, apple cider vinegar, for example, and rice wine vinegar, pasta sauces, canned foods, any beans, stuff like that, tomato sauces, pestos that I haven't opened yet, chicken broths back there. I cleaned up my spices and labeled them. I knew what they were, but sometimes Joel didn't know. That is our son's little section where he keeps his snack foods and stuff. And then we have our oils, oats. I put the garbage bags on the bottom. And then we have an empty basket here. Look at that. I got space for stuff. Anyway, emptied my garbage can and my recycling bin and cleaned them out. And that is the whole pantry section. Let's look at the refrigerator real quick. So here is the refrigerator, and it looks kind of the same up here at the top, doesn't it? But it's not. Like, I got everything situated here, and it's just, I really don't have a lot of shelving space to put a lot of this stuff, so it did get put kind of right back where it was. I just cleaned off the shelves and put the milks and heavy cream and stuff right back where it was, because again, it's like I said, I don't have a lot of spaces to put that. And if you're wondering about the eggs, I've heard that it's good to keep those like at the top of the top shelf, so that's what I do. This is some leftovers, and that is back there is some pesto chicken, and I've been eating that for lunches. Hadn't quite finished yet. And that was from a whole chicken that we put in the crock pot, and we put the potatoes and carrots underneath it. And so we're going to be using that chicken, which is right there, for a recipe tomorrow. I have a tomato left over, like a half a tomato from when we had hamburgers, and I may like eat a salad or something to use that up. That is some Parmesan cheese right here. I'm gonna put it back in just a second. This is some of our son's bread. He puts in the refrigerator to keep it from going bad, because we don't eat bread ourselves, and so it takes a while for him to go through one loaf by himself, obviously. Tortilla shells. Got some yogurt. I got 2 of those. It looks like it's still the same, but I actually got this somewhat a little more organized. I know where everything is. There's bacon right there, cheese, more cheese right here, ham, some already cooked bacon, I think is right there underneath it, some crescent rolls, some andouille sausage, and some pepperoni. And then I got some romaine, spinach, and carrots. And then here, the only thing I have left are apples. And here I just cleaned off the shelves. They're pretty much put right back the way they were, because it's the way the shelves are laid out. It's a little hard for me to clean it or to reorganize it very much in a different way. But yeah, I think I may have thrown out some mayonnaise. I do not use mayo that often, and apparently it had been a long time since I bought it, like a really long time. And I just thought, you're not using it anyway, so why are you keeping it? So yeah, that is that. Let's look at the freezer real quick. All right, up here I've got some cheese tortellini, and that's also some cheese tortellini, and we're going to use that on some recipes soon. I have some frozen fruit. I also have some in our outside freezer that we just bought, because we're eating smoothies, but this is the last of what we had. And I know that still looks like a hot mess, but it is like 100 degrees outside, and we can't really put a lot of food out there in the garbage outside, or we'll get flies and gnats out there. And if you leave it in your regular garbage can on the inside, the flies will come inside your house to get to it. So yeah, I'm still keeping scraps in here. But anyway, I have some chicken broth. That's a block of cheese, which I also have another block of cheese right here. That's some tomato sauce. I another thing of broth, and another thing of sauce, and just a few things, food scraps that they're like celery that I can use for making chicken broth, some hamburger buns that we had left over that maybe they'll use on something in the future, some rolls, all the frozen veggies you could want, and some chicken scraps that we can use to make chicken broth. And that is it.
All right, well, there you have it. Okay.
Yep, I feel a little bit better. I can see where everything is now.
Yeah. And drop some comments below, some maybe some decluttering and things you've done, rearranging you've done. We'd love to see those comments in the comments section below. I think that's going to do it today for Saving Money for the Long Run. Joel and Christy, don't forget the long run and give yourself a little grace.
Bye.